Alright traders, if you're into quick takes and trade ideas on uncovered stocks, like and subscribe to help out my small channel. Today we talk about 3 cannabis stocks under $1 with huge upside under the new presidency in the US. First, ticker symbol PHCG, Pure Harvest Corporate Group. The Denver-based company is focused on acquisitions and operations of licensed MJ cultivation facilities, manufacturing facilities, and dispensaries. So we're pretty broad here, and the chief executive officer really sums it up in his interview what they do and what they're trying to do in the future. Let's take a listen.
We are a holding company that focuses on all sectors of the cannabis industry. From marijuana to CBD to sustainable energy. I've been able to kind of see this industry grow from the startup in a state that was first to market. While everyone else is selling off, we're able to bring our team in here and take advantage of some of the opportunities that people weren't able to execute on. We believe that the future of the cannabis industry is going to be in these vertically integrated operations, and with our holding company and the way that we set it up, we're able to essentially come in and be venture capitalists, and even more precise, vulture capitalists. Be able to take this knowledge and take advantage of this situation. A lot of people right now are kind of looking at this as potentially the sell-off in the .com era, the bubble. We're setting everything up where we're going to be the Amazon, not the pets.com. We set up a holding company structure for a couple reasons. One, kind of diversify the risk for the shareholder. Essentially setting up a holding company, we can focus on all aspects of the cannabis industry. That brings in CBD, which right now is federally legal. That's a quick path to revenue.
How does the energy side work?
Put together a company called Solar Cultivation Technologies that we're actually investing in. What they're out there working on is building these sustainable cultivation facilities that are greenhouse, warehouse kind of combinations, essentially low carbon or carbon neutral facilities that will work on energy efficient, saving electricity and water consumption while at the same time increasing the yield on the cannabis products. So you have big pharma, you have big tobacco, you have big alcohol sitting on the sidelines. Once the federal laws change, and once the marijuana is declassified from a Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, you're going to see a lot of big money start to come into this market. What they're going to be looking for are companies that have that multi-state footprint.
So as you heard, the company does have a few visions for the future. It really just depends on what the legislation is doing with cannabis in the next few weeks and months. But I'm pretty bullish on the whole sector in general. And I think the sustainability and energy part is huge because people underestimate the energy factor that hemp brings to the table. And hemp will be a big player in the isolation sector of houses or just in the general energy sectors. Alright, the next cannabis stock under $1 is CNBX. It's Cannabis Pharmaceuticals. It is a biotechnology pharma company and they focus on the development of cannabinoid-based therapies. The company did not report any sales yet, but that kind of excites me right now because regarding of how specifically they try to develop therapies for each individual cancer patient. So they're really a step ahead of the so-called competition. Let's just hear from the CEO. He seems like a very sharp man and he's from a data background, and I think you're gonna like what he has to say.
So what's unique about your company?
Well, we're the only company out there in the world that is actually focusing on individualized, tailored medicine with cannabinoids for specific patients with specific cancers. Only one out there.
What's your competitive advantage?
First of all, we're in Israel, where we have a license to be able to conduct the R&D. We just actually got permission where we're going to be pulling in live biopsies into our lab in Israel to be able to conduct drug sensitivity testing on them. Nobody else in the world is doing such trials on live biopsies. So we are many steps ahead of the game.
So what stage are you in the approval process?
Well, we're in our approval of our lab. We're out there getting our ISO regulations so that we can actually provide doctors with reports that are certified and backed by standards and regulations. And we are in the process of actually bringing in the biopsies into our labs.
So in working within the cancer realm, What particularly are you working on now?
So up to now, we've taken cancer cells, cell lines into our lab, and from various cancers, a multitude of them, and checked out multiple combinations of cannabinoid combinations on them. And what we found was that certain combinations have higher apoptotic effects, basically causing cancer cells to commit suicide and unaffecting the healthy cells. That's what.
What's your background?
I'm actually a businessman. I came from online advertising, but also where I came from is the big data aspect of it, and making decision-making systems that have to make decisions in real time. This is a big data challenge at the end of the day, so I think I have the tools here to be able to give a lot of insight into where this will be going.
So from what you can tell me as a public company, what are some growth factors in the company?
Well, we're looking to roll out our diagnostics platform, which I think can be something that will immediately be, once we get it into commercialization, a growth factor. Obviously, our drug development for finding cures for cancer, specifically cancers, is longer down the line. Is kind of our blue sky. But our diagnostics is something that's going to be driving us to grow.
All right, the last ticker symbol you might be familiar with, SNDL, Sundial Growers, and they just reached debt-free status right now, like a few days ago. And I'm very excited about it because usually cannabis companies right now do have a lot of debt, especially penny stocks. Their variety of cannabis products is just also very promising, but what is just the biggest catalyst for this stock is a possible merger with a bigger brand like Canopy Growth, for example. We got news and rumors left and right of other companies showing interest in merging with this company, and it's maybe one of the most promising cannabis penny stocks right now. SNDL is. I think SNDL has the highest upside, the most recent upside also, and maybe in the future the one that will pop next. And if any kind of hype is coming to the sector, I think SNDL together with Canopy and Tilray and the bigger names is gonna be one of the bigger winners. And people may not like penny stocks under $1 in this sector, but I love it. And I think you should be a little bold, of course, with this one, but the upside is just huge, you know. So SNDL, just do a little research and keep on the Seeking Alpha sites and Finviz sites for news on this company, because you cannot just miss it, man. This stock could go to $2 so quick if someone buys them. And you know how it goes with mergers these days, especially in hot sectors like the cannabis sector will be under Joe Biden. So yeah, that kind of sums it up for me. I am really a huge fan of these kind of stocks right now, and I hope you got something from the video. Please like and subscribe to help out my small channel, and I'm pretty excited about the future with my YouTube channel. I'm gonna upload a lot of stocks that are relatively uncovered. And if you like that, if you're into it, then just subscribe and we'll see each other soon. All right, man. Have a good one, yeah.